Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I've got some great chipboard designs from our friends at Scrapiniec and also some chipboard ornament bases from our friends at Hot Off the Press. I can't wait to show you what I did with these today, so come play with us. So I'll take you through each one of these designs. This first one is a beautiful poinsettia design called Holly Jolly Poinsettias. Then this one is Chipboard Ornaments. It's got 6 great designs on there. This one is Tatting Small Christmas Ornaments. They're beautiful snowflakes and tatting that old world craft of just using your hands or a needle to make beautiful lacy designs. I love that. And then this one is Cherish Christmas Heart Frame Chipboard. And then finally the Holly Jolly Sprays chipboard. And then these pieces right here, this comes in a circle. It's 3 inches wide. There's 6 pieces. They already have a little hole perfect for your ornament. And then this one right here is 3.5 inches. You can use it just as the scallop individually, or you can layer them. And I'm going to show you some different things to do with these today. So let's first off get right to, I think we'll talk about the poinsettia ones first. So what's great about the poinsettia is I love to first cover my little chipboard piece with, this is Wood and Textures paper pack from Hot Off the Press, and I just chose the green distressed wood paper and put glue on the surface, turned it over, cut it out, even with that edge. And then I love to use either fine grained sandpaper, a sanding block, or just an emery board to go around. It gives a perfect fit. It distresses that edge a little bit so you get that nice little white edge. And you know, if you don't do some perfect cutting and you have some little jaggers there, it just takes it right away. So that's a hint for you today. So on this one, I covered each of the poinsettia designs. I like to use some pens. Here I used my Spectrum Noir pens. These are tri-blend markers, and this one is a dark red blend. It comes in dark, medium, and light colors all in one pen. And I also used a golden brown blend for the little swirlies. So I've gone ahead and done my little swirlies here. Really easy. I used the dark end. And I find using a pen, you can also color chipboard with an ink pad, but I find using the pens allows me to blend colors on them and also gives me a lot of control where I'm putting my colors. And then to color each of the petals, I started off with the dark end, and I just outlined each one of those petals like this, around that little swirly tip. And then I took the lightest end and I just colored that centerpiece in like that. And if you want to take that medium pen and give a little shading there like that. I did that on all the layers on the 2 sizes. There's a large layer and a small layer. Then I went ahead and just placed them on each side. You do have to pay attention to the directions a little bit, the direction of the little swirls. So they're all going in this direction for this side, and of course you flip them, and on this side they're going this way. And then of course I offset my chipboard like that. Took a little dot of gold glitter glue for the center, and I threaded my ornament with jute twine. It comes in a nice big pack. You can get it in all different kinds of colors, like this from Paper Wishes. It's great for hanging your ornaments, and I liked the twine with the wood. It was a little more rustic. I think that's it. But oh yeah, when you're making the hole for your ornament, you want to make sure you cover your paper, your circle with one side, and then go ahead and punch a hole using the tip of a pencil. If you want to have a tool, we have this great little pokey tool, literally called a pokey tool, available at Paper Wishes, and it's great for a lot of different crafting projects. So you just poke it through one side, then cover the other side of your circle in the same way and poke that way. That way you don't lose where your hole is if you cover both sides at the same time. Trust me, I have experience. All right, so now you've got this little guy. I used both layers, both the scallop and the circle together. For the scallop, I went ahead and I covered it with Sparkles paper pack from Hot Off the Press. And I covered that with this really beautiful swirly color. And then that's reminiscent of what I put right here on the circle. And then on the front part of it, it was a really pinky glitter paper. I put that on. Using my little sanding block emery board around the edges of that again, get that really perfect fit after I cut them. And then also I took one of the ornaments, this little guy right here, and went ahead and used an ink pad. These little Prism World of Color ink pads are just perfect for just that single color use. And you can just plop your color right on there. There we go. And just let that dry, and you'll be good to go. And the color is really a nice, beautiful, rich green. And then I wanted to back that with a little bit of paper. There we go. So I used this little piece of green sparkle paper, but I could go ahead and put glue on that using our Cosmic Shimmer Specialist acrylic glue, but it takes a while to go through and do all those little pieces. So this is a good place to use sticky specks. If you've never used them before, they're like this. They come in sheets like this, and it just makes everything into a sticker. There we go. So you just peel it back. Got it upside down. You peel it back like this. You go ahead and you place your little ornament. There we go. And the yellow portion of it is got little tiny specks of adhesive all over it. Peel that right off. Now it's got adhesive on all those little areas. I'll plunk that down right there on my paper. So now it's stuck really good. I'll just take a little pair of scissors. These little scissors from Crafter's Companion, just a really handy little tool. And perfect for lots and lots of paper crafting. So you just cut right close to the edge of that, just like that. And then go ahead and put it right there. And then I used, where we go, these are tiny words and phrases. You look for greeting dazzles on our website. These are Christmas tiny words and phrases, and they come in all these different colors. And I just put a gold Christmas here and then one of the snowflakes. Let's see, I also used a little bit of crepe ribbon at the top. Didn't bring with me. There's a little bit of ivory crepe ribbon, and then also a little flower there. This is from Country Blooms from 49 in Market, and I believe that color is scarlet. It's actually more of a mauve-y pink rather than scarlet, but and then also used just a little bit of pink baker's twine. What was that called? Pink baker's twine from the pink ribbon set. All right, so here's another one using the little snowflakes, the little tatted snowflakes. And with this one, first of all, I did a little embossing on the back of my scallop. Here's a little tip for you. When you're doing some embossing on these, the first thing you might want to do is go ahead and just take the same color in an ink pad and do your color on that. And then this is a dye-based ink pad, so the ink should stay wet on there long enough for you to go and take your, this is embossing tinsel, and this particular color is Vintage Royal Blue, and I sprinkled that on both sides, heat embossing one side at a time. And anyway, by using the ink, you don't have to worry about missing any little spots, and you don't have to use as much embossing powder. So I did the same here with the snowflake. First I went ahead and used Arctic Mist ink to make it that pretty color blue, and then I just sprinkled a little bit of the embossing powder, and this one is Spring Sparkle Blue. And then I also added a few sparklets, and these are Ocean Waves. And I just used the clear ones on here. It really doesn't matter which color set. If you have sparklets, you might want to invest in some of these. I love just using the little clear rhinestones on a lot of different things. And then I just used a white ribbon set for my hanger and my really sparkly ribbon. On the back side, I used some more of those winter tiny words and phrases. excuse me, Christmas tiny words and phrases for Winter Wonderland. And then I added some, these are tiny number stickers, Dazzles, and I just added 2020, so you can personalize those with the year at any. So they're also great for birthday. All right, so for this one right here, I used the heart frame. What are these called? These were the Cherish Christmas Heart Frames chipboard. What I loved about this one is I just went ahead and left the chipboard plain, didn't color the heart area of it. Instead, I just used the light pink, is pale pink blend in the lightest color, and I just colored the leaves and the little dots right here. And then I went ahead and used my Wow embossing pen and just added some embossing liquid to any of those little snowflake areas right here. Added a silver tinsel embossing powder to that, and just heated those areas. It's a good way to get control of where you're putting the embossing powder. Added some little ballet pink pixie petal flowers in a little cluster here, and then a little piece of 1/8 inch wide pink grain ribbon, which you can get in packs at Paper Wishes. And then of course added the silver Noel sticker, which again comes from these Christmas tiny words and phrases stickers. All right. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also placed the entire circle round, just using the round ornament die. Just used a 4-inch wide paper doily, also available at Paper Wishes. But I covered my circle in this great, beautiful shimmering cardstock. This is Diamond Sparkle Shimmer cardstock. This is Midnight Black. So I covered it with that, and then just cut around those edges. And also, here's a little tip for you: when you're cutting it out, you can still sand that edge, but you really don't want that white edge so much. I just wanted to have the black, and I had a little cutting error right about here where you could see too much of the white in the background. So I just took a black pen and went with a black pen around the edge there, and it took care of all those little mistakes. Let's see, I also added some silver jewel border Dazzle stickers to the top and bottom. Here I added those same black Diamond Sparkle paper. I just cut it into strips, a little extra sparkle, and added a border Dazzle to the top and bottom. And this particular paper pack is Blushing Blooms paper pack. It's a non-traditional Christmas winter card, but it's got grays and blacks and white and a really beautiful blush pink. So this was one of my favorite ones from today. All right, so this one we're going to be using here we go, the Holly Jolly Sprays chipboard. 2 different pieces. One up here, this beautiful spray with the ornaments, and then this piece right here. Once again, I used, this one is dull green blend, the dark red blend, tri-blend marker, and then of course the golden brown. And with these, I was able to do a little shading on each of the ornaments. So the first thing I did was I started out with the dark color of green, and then I went to the medium color, blended that right together, and then I went to the lightest color and blended that in. And did the same with the red ornaments. On this one I made stripes, just did the darkest color, and then I went to the lightest color and did that in between the dark color stripes. And we've also got these great glitter jewel Dazzle stickers that I added. They're just little round, they make great holly berries, and I put those around every other scallop. We've got our little Christmas greetings there. And one thing about these little Dazzles is it's just great to be able to just take an X-Acto knife. This is a retractable knife that I love to use, and you just pick them up like that, and then you can place them wherever you want. It works especially well with those little tiny ones. You can also use the pokey tool that I showed you before. That works great too. Topped it all up with a little metallic gold ribbon, which also comes in the set. And I should mention that the paper pack that I used on this card was Christmas Memories, and that's a new one off the press. So that was a really fun one to do. You guys, we have got a great money saver on all of these wonderful little chipboard pieces from Scrapiniec. We've also got we've also included our chipboard from hot off the press. So I encourage you to check that out. Check out the money saver. If you're watching us on our webisode page, it's on the right hand side. And if you're watching us on our YouTube page, then it's directly below in the description box. There's links to both the money saver and paperwishes.com. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.